So
Yeah.
definitely, man. Thank you for taking the time and stuff and everything to speak with me. I'm very familiar with your work and stuff and everything. Lyricist and stuff and everything. Respect like you, I mean, and stuff and everything. Like follow your career. The first question for you would be like, where did you get the name Mickey Factz from?
The name Mickey Factz came from the name Mickey came from Natural Born Killers actually with Woody Harrelson, Mickey and Mallory, Patricia Arquette. So I liked the way Mickey was moving in that movie. So I was like, yo, that's a dope name to use, not knowing that, well, not knowing, but forgetting that people, equate Mickey to Mickey Mouse. Um, but I chose it off of Mickey Knox. And the facts was all I really wanted to talk about. Facts about my life or facts about my friends' lives or stories that I might have heard. And then, when you spell it out, Mickey Facts with an S, it don't look good. So we put the Z there for style because I was a stylish guy. I'm still a stylish guy. So I was like, yo, let's add the Z. So that's where the name came from, honestly.
Uh, so growing up in the Bronx, I know you went to Adelaide Stevenson High School, which was where like Africa Bambaataa, like went to high school. And do you feel like being an artist, like from New York, it more so like uh, was entrenched in you to stay true to the core roots of hip hop? You know,
Well, yeah, he went to school there like in the
oh,
'70s.
of course, yeah, yeah.
um, I didn't know that he even went to that school until I got into music. I found that out later. Like I was like, oh, all right. And then I wound up doing a track with him like maybe a year or two later, thanks to EA Sports. But just being from the Bronx, there was just a level of commitment in terms of what I had to kind of put on my shoulders for the borough. Just upholding the lyricism, as well as just the freestyle aspect and the groundwork that him, KRS, Pun, Fat Joe had laid down. I was trying to expand it by telling my side of the story, coming from the side of the Bronx that I was coming from, which is close to where Bambaataa lived. Bambaataa lived in the Bronx River houses, which isn't too far from me, and so, but it was still one of those things where it was like I was just trying to show love. I was just trying to tell my side of the story, being from the Bronx. You know what I mean? While upholding the legacy of the Bronx.
I know, like with hip hop, a lot of artists, like as they like advance in their careers, they won't continue like battle rapping. So like I know, like you, like started off like battle rapping, but like you can still continue to do it. Can you talk about that?
I mean, I did it. I did it twice in this era, which is to me is I, some people might not say it's a lot, but to me it is a lot because before that I hadn't done it since like '06, maybe '05. I had took 7 years off. So my last battle was like 2006, and then I had did the Danger Zone battle in 2013, and then I did another one last year. But it's one of those things where I have to be motivated to do it. It's not something that is like one of the focal points of what I strive to do or become. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things where like when I did the Danger battle, people were just saying that I speak on the culture too much and not engage. So I did that, and then Daylight had been asking me to do the battle for years. I'm talking like before the Danger battle, he had been asking me, and then I finally was like, all right, let's do it. But I move on my time. Like I get calls not every day, but I get calls a lot to do battles, and I just be like, no, I don't want to do it because I don't, you get trapped in that, like, you get trapped in that world. I don't really want to get trapped in that world, like, because that world I have tons of respect for that world, but that world will keep you closed-minded to a lot of things. It separates you from, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you're trying to accomplish if you're trying to accomplish other things in music. And, it also, I mean, as much as it's a positive thing for the fans, for the people that engage in it, it takes a toll on the mind, the body, and your emotions. And I think that's things that they don't really speak about because there has to be a level of some sort of confidence. But when I was doing, like, I do shows and I go in the studio, and the preparation isn't nothing compared to preparing for a battle, getting knots in my stomach. Like, I got a show coming up Saturday, and I don't have any fear of what's gonna happen. When I did that daylight battle, I had knots in my stomach 3 weeks before the battle. That's not something that I want to do anymore. Like, that ain't cool. That's just like weird to me. Shouldn't be like that. You know?
Definitely. Also, like like battling, you seem like you have a very competitive spirit, but like keep it very friendly. You feel like battling somebody, you could like be friends afterwards. The friendship will be the same, like with Daylight, for instance.
Yeah, I mean, Daylight is on my album that's coming out Friday. So it ain't really, you know what I mean? I mean, I really don't want to do that shit no more, to be all the way honest with you. That shit is not, I don't think them dudes is like, it's just a one track mindset. It's just violence, rape. Like, that ain't really hot to me. That's just me. So I don't really care to do it anymore. I'm cool with them, interacting with me online and stuff like that. But like to lyrically do that, like that's not a real challenge to me. I could do that. I wrote those daylight rounds like in a day or two. Like, it wasn't challenging. So I'm competitive, but that's not, to me, it's not a test of lyrical skill anymore. You know what I mean?
Speaking about what about like songs like previously, because I know you've like dissed Joe Budden previously and he never responded, and then like a little bit after that he retired. uh were you kind of like disappointed that he didn't respond?
Yeah, I mean, he had told me that he was going to respond. He had DM'd me saying that he was gonna, come at come at me, but he never did. I mean, and we just pushed it to the side. I mean, you know what I mean? That was one of those things where, he said something slick out his mouth, and then I had to come through and let him know, this is what it is on this side of town, same day. And he didn't respond. And, a year and a half later, we here, you know what I'm saying? I'm not stressing it. He's not stressing it. Um, so that's that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
In that particular song, you reference domestic violence, which he's obviously been accused of before. And I saw like on your Twitter page that you put up like a post like about domestic violence today, about people making excuses and stuff. What are your thoughts particularly?
Um, I'm trying to think if I was watching something that triggered that yesterday. I don't remember. But what I do know is, you know, men and women have two different body structures. And I feel like to go out your way to physically abuse a woman is ridiculous. Oh, that's what I was watching. I was watching an interview, and they were giving this woman, who I'm guessing was a feminist, scenarios on when is it okay to hit a woman. And I feel like that's perpetuating a narrative to tell people when it's okay to do it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just letting the scenario take place and you let your instincts kick in. You know what I mean? Like, why do we have to create scenarios like, okay, what if she's trying to kill you? Are you gonna hit her then? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, why is she trying to kill you? if you want to create these type of scenarios, I need to know why she's trying to kill me. Can't be just because she's crazy. Might be because something that I might have done. Um, I'm a firm believer in restraining as opposed to hitting women, and I feel like men just want an excuse to lay their hands on a woman. And yes, women provoke men. That's what they've been doing since the dawn of time. It doesn't give us the right to lay our hands on them if it's something that can be restrained. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. Um, I see, like you know what I mean, and stuff and everything. You've talked about you're gonna release 8 projects this year and stuff and
Yeah,
everything. Like, can you talk about like you know those projects and
absolutely. The first project is going to be coming out this week, the Achievement Deluxe version, which has 5 new songs on the album that I released in 2017. It was a little pushback due to waiting on some production from Nas and some vocals from a couple of different artists. But it will be releasing this Friday. We just finished the mastering yesterday. We got new tracks on there with Royce the 5'9", Farrah Launch, Styley, Skyzoo, Daylight, Graph, Nick Grant. So that's coming out Friday. That's the first project. The second project that I'm going to release is called The New Museum. That's going to be released, I believe, at the end of February, maybe early March. It's about 8 or 9 songs on there. I only have one feature on there, and that's Yellow Wolf. And then I believe in like maybe like the end of March, early April, there will be a project called Rare Freestyles and Unearthed Works Volume 2. That's done already. These 3 projects are already done. So right now I'm working on the 4th project, which is with the producer slash battler 100 Bullets. Right now with 2 songs in. It's going to be a 5-song EP. And we're going to put that out probably in May. And then I'm probably going to put out a project called I Said Joe, which is just a bar tape, nothing but bars on it. I'm probably going to drop that like in July. And then another mixtape, The Unearthed Volume 3, a Key Wayne EP, a Gospel EP, and then Mickey Mouse 2 in December. So I'm working on everything as we speak. I'm putting everything together now. 8 projects, 3 of them are already done. Working on the 4th one as we speak right now. And Mouse. Mouse is a year-long project. So I'm in the studio once a week working on Mouse, trying to get that done. Hopefully by July, so the promo for it leading up to it will be, good enough for people to rock out with.
definitely. I saw Farrah Monch on Twitter. He had been asked a question about who, like, some of his favorite contemporary MCs were, and you were, amongst, people he mentioned. So I was going to ask you, who are some of your favorite MCs right now?
Right now, Royce is definitely one of those guys that's scary. I don't know what he's been eating. He's been bugging out lately. Elzai is he's a guy. Whenever he drops something, I don't care what I'm doing. I stop what I'm doing just to listen to what he got to say. Lupe, he's another guy that's like my brother. We talk all the time. He's always trying to push the culture forward creatively and lyrically. So he's one of those guys that I always try to look to and check out. And then from that point forward, it varies. Then I could listen to a Saha project and just be like, okay, this guy's crazy, or King Los. There's so many different MCs that are out there that's just bugging lately. You know what I mean? So it varies. It depends. I think it's a mood thing, depending on the mood or how I'm feeling, what I want to listen to. If I want to be inspired to write something, I might choose this person to listen to, and then take that and run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Man, I appreciate you for taking the time and answering my questions and stuff and everything. I'll send you the link.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Okay. Salute.